We say systems scale, people don't. And we're learning that now. Let's implement the systems first. It doesn't mean people aren't important. People are important, but they have to have a system first or a process first. We've got to build it as a company and build that foundation first. We hired a director of marketing and said, okay, you got to generate 1,000 leads a month is what we were trying to do. And he couldn't do it, right? He could barely get it through because he didn't have systems. Fast forward a year, we implemented SEO systems to help drive consistent traffic, and we convert that traffic into leads. And now 1,000 leads in a month is automatic, right? Because systems. We don't have a director of marketing anymore. I guess it's me and AI.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Practical Founders Podcast, where every week we hear an amazing story from a serious founder who built a valuable software company and did it without big funding. I'm your host, Greg Head, and this week my guest is my friend Jordon Comstock, the CEO and founder of BoomCloud, which makes membership dental practice management software for dental offices here in the United States to offer direct payment subscriptions to their patients to get off the expensive and unprofitable insurance that is getting worse and worse here in the States. It's a new thing in dentistry. Not all dentists are doing it, but someday they will. And Jordon is a great practical founder. He's in one of my Practical Founders CEO peer groups, and I've watched him transform himself, his business, and the whole situation around his company in the last 2 years. He's really excited. He shares a lot of wisdom where he's going with AI and how he thinks about the business. It's a great interview with Jordon Comstock. Hey, Jordon, it's great to see you again. We've talked a couple times this week already. Welcome to the Practical Founders Podcast.
What's up, Greg? I'm pumped to be here.
Yeah, you got your Friday flat top ball cap on.
We're good to go.
Yeah. I saw you yesterday. You're in one of my Practical Founders CEO peer groups. I've known you for a couple of years as you've been going through the journey. And I'm excited to, have you share your story about the progress you've made in your business. You got a big smile on your face. It was pretty darn difficult for a while there. And, you're at a new level there with your company, BoomCloud. So let's just start there. Tell everybody, what is BoomCloud? Who's it for? Why is it so amazing?
Yeah, so BoomCloud, we're in the dental space. We help practice owners create and manage patient membership programs as an alternative to dental insurance. So think like Amazon Prime, but for patients paying, monthly or yearly subscriptions to the dentist. And we're for practices that are serious about becoming a fee-for-service dental office, which is they don't work with insurance and they're cash pay. So that's kind of where we sit.
And that's obviously we have international customers. All this insurance stuff is generally a U.S. phenomenon here. What is the problem with insurance for patients and for dentists that makes a cash pay subscription kind of model alternative so useful?
Yeah. So the biggest problem on the patient side is insurance inflates the market of healthcare in general, right? No matter if it's dental or any other industry. Yeah. So it really makes the cost of healthcare really expensive for patients. And then for the practice side, it does the opposite. It reduces their profit margins and it really hurts their cash flow when they sign up under a PPO contract, right? So when you look at it, outside, you're like, this doesn't make any sense for the patient or the practice owners because it's hurting cash flow and profit and inflating costs of dentistry in my case, right? Yeah. So where a membership plan fits in is it kind of resets that, helps the practice create recurring revenue, helps the practice generate, higher margin work, and then allows the patient to save as well. So it's a win-win.
Okay, so the fun thing about dental insurance here is you pay whatever $100 a month, and you never get to use most of that. And if anything interesting happenings, you're filling or anything else, you got to pay for it anyway. So you might as well pay for the basic service a lot less, and everybody does better.
Yeah, and the joke in the industry is they say all insurance is a coupon you pay monthly for. It's like, why do you pay monthly for a coupon? That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Okay, great. So we'll talk about how you got into this space. It's a new part of the dental industry, and it's moving fast, a new category. Someday all dentists will be doing this because insurance sucks so bad for the dental side. tell us about your company. About how big is it now? Revenue, customers, employees?
Yeah, we're around 3 million in ARR. Employees were, I think, at 11. We went through some cuts last year. We hired a bunch of talent to see if that could help us scale, but landed at around 11 now.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, we've been doing this a while. Before I managed my dad's business. It was a dental lab.
Yeah.
So I've been in the dental industry for a good amount of time now.
Yeah. About how many dental practices here in the States use your software?
Yeah, we have about 600 practices that use our solution
Yeah.
in the States. Yeah.
And so they pay you to use your software. You teach them how to do this, and they one by one work with their patients to say, you're overpaying for insurance. Be better for both of us if you just pay direct. You'd save a lot of money. Be better for all of us. And they use your software to do that. So there's
Exactly.
some credit card payments that come through there.
Yep. Yeah. So our revenue model is that we charge $400 a month for our base subscription, and then we make $3.50 per member per month. So we have a secondary recurring revenue model.
Okay. And they get started, and over time they add members, and everybody's happy here. So very
Yes.
exciting. Do you have any outside funding in the business?
No, no. I've done the
No.
opposite of that, right? I mean, when I started the company, Greg, I think I had negative $50 in my bank account, something like
Yes.
that.
Right.
So like Uber bootstrapped. I had people offer me money, like friends and family in the early days, but I just rejected it. I think I had some friends in the early days that were entrepreneurial, and they started companies and got VC, and they always told me
Yeah.
never to do it. So I just stayed away from it, even though it was extremely hard and like crazy
Yes.
slow in the early days.
Well, and now it's paying off. We'll hear all about
Yes.
that. It's very exciting, and you've paid for your independence,
Yeah,
and all
absolutely.
of that. So great. So is it profitable now? You're paying yourself and otherwise
Oh
from
yeah.
this? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're a profitable company. We have been since like 2016 we became profitable.
Okay.
But also, we've always operated off of percentage-based budgeting, so we were profit, and maybe my take home was still small at that time in those
Yeah.
early days, right? But I grew into it, right, as it
Yeah.
started growing. So, yeah, we've been profitable ever since day one.
Okay, very exciting, and you're growing steadily now,
Yeah.
and I've just seen a transformation in just about every aspect of your business. We're going to kind of go through it because it's a typical practical founder thing. You see a problem, the answer is software. You start to build it, you start to sell it, and you get it going. It starts to move, and then you get to 1 million or so doing all your scrappy stuff, and you kinda maybe listen and say, "Well, this is when I need to hire people and do these
Yeah.
normal things," you kind of the templates that are out there, and they don't usually work so well,
No,
right? It
no.
depends. So you've tried a lot of things and, moved beyond them, and so we'll kinda go through each one of them. Tell us what about your organization these days? Does that 11 people in the company include a dev team that makes the software?
Yes. Oh, yeah. So I think we have five of 11 is on our dev team. The rest are customer success and salespeople.
Yeah,
And then me, and then my twin brother, Justin, who's our chief operating officer, it's like my secret power, my secret run of the company. He's really helped me organize it over the years,
yeah. Well,
So,
it is one of the things. Let's just go there. Do you consider him a co-founder, or is he
oh
the
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah,
I call him, yeah, he's a co-founder without the title, right?
yeah.
Justin entered in post me buying out my co-founders in the early days.
Okay, so you had some
And
co-founder mess.
yes, I had
Mm,
some co-founder mess, very, very typical, right?
yeah,
But Justin came in after, and he started coming in and implementing and really helped me run the company. And really, when you look at it, he acted more like a co-founder than my co-founders did, which is kind of funny,
You're laughing
So
about it now. I mean, I can't imagine
yeah,
how
it sucked
painful all
back
this yeah,
then,
that's right,
but
yeah, yeah.
he quit his job and came over, and my co-founders would never quit their jobs, right? That was the issue.
Uh,
I quit my job and went, all in. My co-founders didn't, and they were part-time for a while, and then here comes Justin quitting his job
and you
full-time and helping me grow it.
negotiated, see you later, out of all of that sometime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, we had an operating agreement that was set up beforehand, so negotiation was pretty straightforward
okay.
to get him out, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so, as you've described it, Justin is your opposite personality. You guys use
Yeah.
EOS, and you're the visionary creator, make it up, move
Yeah.
fast. And he is the organizer, system builder,
Yeah.
operator, right? And he's your
Factory
identical twin
operator, yeah.
brother. You both play guitar and are
Yeah.
musicians and so forth. So it's really fun to have you together because it's like looking at a mirror, and they're two different personalities. You've kind of
Yeah.
divided
So
the style.
we're we're actually mirror image twins, which is a thing.
Oh,
25% of twins are mirror image.
wow.
I'm right-handed, he's left-handed. I'm an
Wow.
extrovert, he's an introvert, so we're literally opposites and everything. It's kinda funny. I'm surprised he doesn't have blonde hair. That would've made it cooler.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's cool.
But
He
yeah, we're
looked a
mirror image twins.
okay, how fun is that? Okay, and, yeah, and you're pretty efficient, and with 11 people in a $3 million business, and that includes some payment revenues in there, right?
Yeah,
So, that's processed through there. You've also done the transformation. We'll just talk about it here. You're pretty AI forward for a practical founder. 2
yeah,
years ago, you were playing with it and seeing what's what and trying stuff last year, and there's a lot of stuff that's working in your business with AI, and you're kind of at the point where you're saying, "I can do a lot as a founder with AI,
absolutely.
and I need fewer people to do everything to grow." It's not like no people, but,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's just talk about that. How many people did you get up to at one point when you said the answer is adding people in senior teams and C-levels and
Yeah. We got up to, I think, about 28,
yeah,
and it was not fun, and it was not productive at all,
yeah.
But yeah, we got up to 28 people and then reduced
28
back to
people?
28 people.
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
It was not efficient
Okay.
whatsoever.
So you had VPs?
Yeah, I
And
have VPs, directors, we had a fractional CRO as well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So why did you do that?
Well, it was an experiment.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I thought, okay, well, we got a product, we got people buying it all the time and people adopting it. Let's just add all these people. And partially, Greg, you know, most consultants and even like in EOS, they say delegate, 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 right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
But often they don't tell you you have to do it yourself first, figure out the system, and then delegate,
Okay, that's a very
right?
profound learning there, right?
Yeah,
Figure it
and
out first. Yeah,
we just thought, well, we need to let go of the vine, is what EOS says,
yeah.
and delegate. Which there's some truth to that, but there's always some nuance, right? So we learned that okay, we hired all these people, and it was basically like a bunch of monkeys jumping around, not knowing where to go, and me and Justin trying to organize it. you
And
know,
then everything slowed down.
yeah. Then everything slowed down and was a nightmare, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, we got to do something. And of course, we've talked to you. We talked to a lot of founders that have gone through this, and we decided that cutting was our only way to go forward. And we cut, and surprisingly, the team today does, from the sales perspective, they do triple the work that our last team did.
The
Or
results.
with the results,
Yeah,
yeah, the outcomes, and our marketing is now 6x compared to the team with directors and all that stuff. So
okay.
it's like
I'm sure they're all nice people and knew how to do
they're
stuff
great people,
and
yeah,
everything, but so there was partly a mistake on your part that said once you get to 1,000,000, you just add people and management and everything, and
yeah,
maybe didn't organize that as well,
yep,
and, as you described. So, it's one of your lessons that I saw you go through, right?
yeah,
And you got to the other side of this.
we did,
What
yeah.
is the lesson you have in your head about getting from a few founders and a few employees to a more organized team without overbuilding for people?
Yeah, I think there's two things that me and Justin always say, right? We say systems scale, people don't, and we're learning that now. We're like, okay, let's implement the
You
systems
actually
first.
understand it now. Yes,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
System scale, people don't. It doesn't mean people aren't important. People are important, but they have to have a system first, right? Or a process
So
first.
you didn't
And
have the system for them to be successful and
yeah,
all that.
yeah.
Okay.
We tried like teaching them how to build it, and that doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
We've got to build it as a company and build that foundation first. So like an example of that is when we hired a director of marketing and said, "Okay, you got to generate 1,000 leads a month," is what we were trying to do. and he couldn't do it, right? He could barely get it through because he didn't have systems. Fast forward a year, we implemented SEO systems to help drive consistent traffic, and we convert that traffic into leads. And now 1,000 leads in a month it's automatic, right?
And
Because
do you have
systems.
this director of marketing or marketing team? Yeah.
No, we don't have a director of
Yes.
marketing anymore.
Right. Do you have a
I
marketing
I
person?
I guess it's me, just
Yes, it is you,
me and
Jordan.
AI.
Yeah, you went and figured it out. So this
Yes.
is like the founder kids coming back to the founder. I can remember when you went through this. I spent all weekend playing around. I'm starting to see some clues, and you've been through the 10 levels of try this and see if it works and try this. And now your SEO is booming
Yeah,
at
yeah.
BoomCloud. Despite the headwinds of AI coming in, a lot of people complain about SEO fading, and you
I don't think
multiplied
it
it by
is, yeah.
doing it yourself and using AI successfully and systems and structures there. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. Are there any other learnings from having senior level team and staff, let's say too early?
Yeah, I think at least here in Utah, it seems like the talent pool is also interesting. What VC does, because VC's hit Utah pretty hard.
Yes, it's a
The
big
last
VC funded founder
used
state now. Yeah,
it used to not be that way, especially when I started BoomCloud.
right.
But today, it seems like what VC has done is it's inflated the cost of talent and
Uh-huh.
then decreased the skill set of that talent. It's not good.
It's not good.
It's so like
It
we
created
we
the expectation that you just had people.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, and that's a big challenge being a bootstrap company, hiring specifically in Utah, right? That
Wow.
was a huge learning. It's like, oh man, we hired a bunch of people who we thought was smart that had great positions in these VC-backed companies. They come here, but they're really not able to have the skill set of that a bootstrap company needs, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of wacky. So that's another like we realized that over time, like, man, okay, we need to create ICP, but for employees, right?
Of course.
Employee,
Yeah.
you know?
There
So
you
that's
go.
kind of what we've learned too through that process is, okay, these types of employees with these types of backgrounds are actually a better fit for employment here than the ones that were at VCs. So that's kind of another thing we learned.
This podcast is brought to you by my friends at Designly. If you're a non-technical founder with an up and running SaaS business, but your first product and dev partner aren't keeping up, it's time to check out Designly. Designly understands the pains you're experiencing right now. Dev leaders who speak in jargon and put you off, MVPs that went live and face technical problems and UX issues, and missed expectations all around. Designly's mission is to help non-technical software founders build great products with clarity, confidence, and peace of mind by serving as your fully outsourced engineering team. Designly becomes your trusted product partner, working with you every week as your dedicated team. They have partnered with over 200 non-technical and practical founders in the last 12 years. Designly knows how to turn that crazy product stress into calm and successful software launches. Check out their success stories from founders like you who've been there. It all starts with a free 1-week audit where they review your product's code, design, and roadmap to uncover what's working, what's broken, and what's next. Check out designly.co/practical. That's designli.co/practical to talk to them and see how they can help you move faster and sleep better. Well, you've got a lot of learnings and it's really working.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so congratulations for surviving long enough and trying those things and getting to the other side. As in contrast to your twin brother, Justin, you're the, figure it out, get it done, do it, just going to do it, try it kind of vision founder. And that's working for you. You've kind of got to the other side of that. And how difficult was it when you had all these people and you knew it wasn't working and expensive, I guess?
Well, yeah, I didn't sleep well at night and I stopped innovating, right? Which is, as a visionary, that's where I should be, right? So yeah, it wasn't fun. It really disrupted our operations here. And the fact that a visionary needs to go off away from the factory, right?
Yep. Yep.
And do its thing. But when the factory is not working, it pulled me back in to help try to problem solve it, right? Which we were able to do,
What you did. Yeah.
but it also wasted my time without being able to innovate and think about new solutions like with the SEO thing and
Yeah.
AI stuff that I'm into right now.
Yeah.
So that was a huge thing that impacted us. But now I'm back in my little innovation corner of the office. Nobody knows what I'm doing until I figure it out and I pass it to Justin, and then he integrates it into the business. So
All
that's kind of
right.
how our relationship works. Yeah.
Excellent. Right. And most crazy startup founders don't really understand this. When you get to 10, and factory's my word, when you get to 10 million or 5 million or whatever, there's the system, the reliable revenue customer value generation system that is the business, and all that newfangled stuff. Hey, let's make an AI product. Let's try this. Let's do that. It really disrupts the factory, right?
Yeah.
So you have to stage it separately, the innovation outside there, and
Yeah.
bring it into the factory more deliberately. And you guys are doing
Absolutely.
that. But your core product, is it about the same as what it was a few years ago, or is that transformed?
Our core product has always been pretty
Yes.
strong.
Yes.
When I started the company, everyone was talking about pivot, you got to pivot. I never really pivoted. I just focused on making my product work for the customer.
Right.
And I don't know if you remember those days where everyone was talking about, you got to pivot until you figure it out. It's like, I'm not going to pivot. I'm just going to figure out how
Yeah.
this system works.
And you were early in this membership.
Very
Like
early.
10 years ago, people didn't know dentists do this. What
No.
percentage of dentists do membership sites in addition to insurance and cash pay?
Yeah, I would say, we're in the 5 to 10% range where if you look at
Still
the
early.
practices, yeah, we're still so early. And even when I started, we were very early. Looking back, I'm like, man, we were very early. We're
You
still
thought
early.
everybody's gonna do this, and it's
Yeah,
still almost no dentists are doing it, 1 out of 10
yeah,
maybe, 1 out of
yeah.
20. Yeah, very interesting. Do you have much competition these days that you care about? Or,
I w
I know you've survived and you've grown, you're one of the leaders.
Yeah.
Do you have other competitors?
Yeah, we have 3 or 4 competitors that we go against, but I really don't pay attention much to our competition, other than like my sales team will look at our competition and figure out how to battle card against them.
Yeah.
But I'm really not. I'm really focused on building stuff for our customers, hanging out with our top customers,
Yeah.
and really figuring out how to help our practices adopt more and faster. And that's really my
So,
core
this is
focus.
a new category, a new market. It's still in the early
Yeah.
market, early adopters and all of
Yeah.
that. Does that mean that all your competitors are small and scrappy and trying to figure it out? And
I mean, we've had some VC-backed competitors come and then go, right,
yeah.
over time. We've seen it countless times where they come in, they think they can scale super fast, and then they just kinda go away.
So dentists don't change very quickly. They do change,
No.
but
Yeah, they
they
change very slow. It's slow
yeah,
industry.
yes, right. So if you can go at the pace of your market, then you're doing pretty well, right?
Yeah.
And you could
So
do it
far so good.
efficiently. And if you try to get there all in 2 years, but nobody wants to buy besides the early adopters, you're kinda screwed with as a
As a
VC-funded
VC, yeah,
vertical,
absolutely.
software company. So what do you know now about who to market to? This is the product market fit game, the
Yeah.
ideal customer profile game, right? You probably thought, gosh, there's 500,000 dentists in the United States and let's just go,
Let's
right?
go, let's just
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you know now that is much more useful and efficient and all that about customers and who's a good fit?
Yeah. Well, I mean, ever since I joined the peer groups, Greg, really ICP has become a core focus where before we weren't really focused on that. We're like just dentists, right? And I think ICP has been one of the most critical things that's helped us get really focused as a organization. So we're 4 practices that are proactively going at a network and becoming fee for service.
So
Like
they're
I got
saying, I'm going to get off the insurance game because it starts
Yes,
so bad.
yeah. So think
Okay.
think like practical founders,
Yes. Right. Yeah.
but in dentistry, a practical dentist is
Yes.
somebody who doesn't accept PPO contracts and has a membership plan, and so that's what we're building in dentistry. So the type of dentist we're looking for, they're smart, business savvy. They
Uh-huh.
understand what PPOs do to their practice, and they're converting away from it. So they're more
Okay.
mature practice owners that understand the game. So like I got a call yesterday with one of our top customers, and they just informed me they dropped all of their PPO contracts and they're now a membership focused business, and it's been their plan for, a couple of years.
So that's a
Uh,
vision for a dentist that you could say,
Absolutely.
by the way, insurance, this is really the problem that it's created, and they could see it. They don't know about this March, but there's a couple. Do they have to go through that phase, which is do insurance and membership, and
Yep.
eventually get
There's
off
a
the drug?
hybrid.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, there's a hybrid phase for these practices, and then, freedom phase.
Okay. There,
Yep.
I get the pitch here. So that's great. So now that you know that, what has changed in your business? I don't know if your products changed or your messaging's changed or where you find them's changed or your sales motion, what you say in a demo, you know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, top of funnel, bottom, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel have all changed. Product has remained it's been stable. Now we're innovating and improving it over time, right? It's always improving, but the core of it's been the same,
Okay. So
I would say
go ahead.
I would say from top of funnel, Greg, our messaging is starting to change based off of ICP criteria to more, fee for service type content. We may attract a lot of practices to our website, but it's our ebooks and our webinars that are getting the fee for service type practice owners coming out of the woodwork and saying, okay, this is me, right? So our content marketing has changed. Our sales pitch has changed drastically because of ICP. My reps are comped on ICP as well as, they're asking the questions and they get it, right? So,
So are
uh,
your sales reps that do inbound demos, right? Do they know to say you're not a good fit? I really don't want
yes.
to sell. Really?
Yes.
Wow,
So
that's a
we
big
had,
moment. Yeah.
yeah, which is awesome and weird for them, right? For
Yeah.
me, I'm like, oh, this is awesome because as a CEO and founder, we're investing into customers. And if we get the wrong customer, they don't pay back CAC, right?
There you go.
So the reps don't get that. Well, my reps do because we train them on that. But the other day we had a startup practice on a demo. And one of my reps is like, you know what? We know it's not a fit. What's going to happen is you're going to sign up and you're going to cancel. And we don't want to do that.
'Cause you
Call
don't
us
have enough
back.
members to
You
make
don't
it
have
useful.
enough
Yeah, yeah, uh-huh.
patients. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause patient count is one of our ICP
Okay, right,
criteria.
okay, uh-huh.
So yeah, our reps are disqualifying if they don't fit. And Justin has built in our CRM a way for them to track it and visualize it as well. So even if one sneaks past, customer success looks at that and says, hey, ICP criteria is a little off,
Yeah.
right? But so
Ah,
far, so good. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. That's why I say the real bottom of the funnel is a happy customer who's been there a year, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
says they're
Yeah.
great, right? So that's where you're validating all of this. And then you don't have to spend top of funnel marketing on wrong customers. You don't have to spend
Yeah.
sales demos on customers. You don't have to onboard bad customers that aren't
Yeah.
gonna
And
stay. Yeah.
we still marketing still brings in non-ICP, but we know that we'll remarket to them for,
Years.
years and then
Yeah.
they'll become ICP, right?
Right.
In most cases.
Right.
So it's not that marketing is, it's still attracting dentistry, but our content is refined to attract, the ICP and our sales reps are the filter.
So it is common in the small business marketing where there's hundreds of thousands of these that all look about the
Yeah.
same, dental practices all over the
Yeah.
country. Your ICP is they have an intent about their business, a certain style of business like Practical Founder,
Yep.
and that they have a certain size and they have, okay, I'm ready to do this, right?
Yes.
And to be successful, right?
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
it's not just, well, a dentist of a certain region or size or location or
No.
two dentists or whatever, right? You could have
No.
10 dentists, but they're still not ready, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
If they're from their mindset is, oh, we want to keep all the PPOs. It's like, oh, okay, well then you're not gonna take us seriously. You're not gonna take the
Okay.
strategy serious.
Oh, I love that word, serious. An
Yeah.
ICP is somebody who is serious about their problem, your
Yes.
solution, and doing the work to be successful and get the value. So you were all dentists, had all these people doing all this stuff, running around. How does it feel now? You're on mostly the other side of that ICP conversion and ideal employee profile. Like, how does
That
it
too. Yeah.
feel now going to work on a Friday or looking at the bank account or the stats or no, I mean, how does it feel thinking about 2026, having gotten to the
I
other
mean,
side of the ICP and employee conversion?
it feels stable and consistent, which is boring but exciting.
Oh, that's a great line.
Yeah, you know what I mean? For me, I like the stability and consistency compounds, right? And that's what
Yes.
that's what excites me, because consistency in what we're doing day to day from within the factory of BoomCloud. We've got consistency and stability, and we know that compounds,
And so where
and
does that lead? Where does the compounding lead?
it leads to great growth. I mean, we're still profitable, even though the year before we had all those employees. And profit is great, right? So that gives me peace of mind too, operating a company with a profit margin. When we have
Yeah.
issues, it's a buffer, and when we don't have issues, it's really fun.
That's great. And so the dental industry will slowly move into membership management because insurance isn't
Yes,
going to get any better.
it's just getting worse. It
Yeah,
really
it's getting
is.
worse. And so you could grow with the industry as it grows every year. More dentists line
Absolutely.
up. And so let's talk about your marketing here. So you sell to
Yeah.
small businesses, which is generally a
Yes.
marketing-oriented, marketing-led kind of growth. Dentists aren't waking up saying, "Gee, I think I need a membership site. I've never heard of it
No.
before. Let me Google it and let me try it." You kind of have to go knock on their doors and say, "Hey, there's this thing, and other dentists are using it," and so forth. But you have superpowers in modern digital marketing. So,
Yeah.
about what do you do without giving away your secrets here to, get in front of dentists and tell them about this new thing called membership software?
Yeah, I think, I mean, with marketing, I'm happy to share everything we do, because most people struggle with consistency and implementing.
They won't do it, is what you're
They
saying.
won't do it. It's too hard. So I'm okay sharing everything. So what we do is we start with SEO and keyword research. It's so boring, but I love boring. It's
Oh.
weird. So at first, we looked at like the industry of what people were searching for, practice owners, and we're like, there's nothing here. And most everyone in my space looks at it that way, right? They're like, oh,
Meaning very few dentists are searching for this.
yeah. If you look
Okay.
up if you use a tool like Moz, which is a
Yes.
keyword research tool,
Yeah.
and look at dental membership software, it's like 50 people a month, right? So
Yeah.
which is good bottom of funnel opportunity, but it's not gonna get my reps at capacity,
Yeah.
right? So we learned that, okay, well, SEO is a top of funnel tool in this industry because it's fragmented, meaning people are searching for insurance codes, practices are searching for
They're
how
searching
to
for stuff. Yeah.
yeah, they're searching for stuff, how to find new patients, how to become fee for service, things like this. So more top of funnel keywords. So we created last year we wrote almost 4,000 articles using AI and my SEO system, and our traffic went from excuse me about 30,000 a year to over 80,000 a year with just SEO. So we're targeting all just dental business topics. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be relevant to what we're selling. And in the article, we're doing bridge content. We're then saying, hey, have you thought about creating a membership plan?
Yeah.
Right? We're always doing bridge content. And then we use meta ads to convert
Facebook
into,
ads, right? Yeah.
yep, Facebook and
And
Instagram
Instagram
ads to get them to download an ebook or come
from
to a webinar.
retargeting. So if they visit the
Yes.
page and then you go find them and you do a two-step.
The secret sauce is retargeting plus lookalike audience for all the marketing geeks out there. We do a retargeting off of a lookalike audience when they purchase a course from our website,
Uh-huh.
and it scales nicely. So,
Yeah. So let
um,
me stop you with the AI content. You just didn't
yeah,
say, ChatGPT, write me some stuff. You created a sophisticated system with
yeah,
human supervision to
yes,
create steady articles that are useful and not AI slop and so forth.
no.
How do you use AI for SEO content generation that doesn't create AI slop?
We've created our own prompt, right? That's very detailed. And typically what we do is like I'm on a podcast or a webinar, we take the transcript from that podcast or webinar and we upload it into ChatGPT, and then we have a prompt with keywords and very specific instructions on what to do. It generates the article, and then my team goes through, reads it, and they edit it and make sure the case studies are correct, the sources
Yeah.
are correct, and all that
Okay.
stuff. So
So
there's
it's
an
got human
editorial.
in the loop and all of that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're able to systematize that really quickly. And, I trained 3 of my employees to do it after I kinda led the way, and that's why we were able to scale to almost 4,000 articles last
Right.
year,
And that's
'cause
one of your main acquisition channels, right? This
yeah,
two-step
that's
approach.
from top of funnel, yeah.
So why don't you, without going into details here, 'cause we don't have time, but let's talk about the things you do in top of funnel marketing to get people to know about you, and middle of funnel to get them headed towards a membership site.
Yeah.
Because you said webinars, you said courses, you
Yeah.
said ebooks, you said SEO. What else are you doing out there? That's a lot.
Yeah, the core of it is, I mean, ebooks, we get ebook downloads every day, and the content in the ebooks they go deeper from the articles, right? And
Yeah.
it's all about becoming fee-for-service dentistry.
Okay.
And then same thing with webinars, it's just paired to the ebooks. We'll do a lot of partner webinars, so we just did one with one of
Oh,
our
great.
big partners
Yeah.
that seems to be working
So
today.
partners is another thing. You're working with other dental
Content
software
partners, yeah,
technologies. Yeah.
that fit with our current
I see.
go-to-market model, yeah. There's all sorts of partners, but that's what seems to be working. Last month, we did a partner webinar. We
Mhm.
both promoted it, generated over 200 leads,
Oh my
for
gosh.
each other, yep, from the webinar, and,
And a lead is
um
somebody that says, "I'm a dentist. I'll download this ebook or I'll go to a webinar." Oh,
yes,
they're not a qualified prospect or lead that is interested in your software. They're
not yet, yeah,
just you know about them, and you can start to give them other
yes.
gifts of content, I guess, that inbound motion. Yeah,
Absolutely.
right.
Yep, and we use email marketing to nurture
There
them,
we
and then
go, right?
my reps are calling those webinar or ebook leads, and then they're the filter, right? They're asking the questions, ICP questions, and then they book demos,
Okay. So
that way.
in one way to think about this, your product hasn't changed much, and
No.
you've got a great team, and you're innovating slowly and improving this thing measurably. But it isn't like a fundamentally different product which is going to open up the market. There, you actually have to reach these people and have a conversation about what this is and why it makes sense. Get them over to the other side, and so this is like a marketing opportunity. Like if you had big funding, you wouldn't spend it on more product, you would spend it on more go to market or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, if I had funding, I would put it towards the multi-sided market, meaning I would attract patients searching for
Oh,
discounts because we have one big feature on our software is a patient marketplace and like a listing of all the practices membership plans. So
so
I would,
patients are looking for fee for service to get a better deal,
yeah,
and then you're bringing customers to your
yeah,
customers. You're
yeah. So
bringing patients to your customers. Yeah.
we have the membership side of the software, and then we have what we call the marketplace side, where we're finding patients through our SEO process.
Wow. Yes, right, yeah.
And that we launched that this last year. That was probably the biggest thing that changed in our
Yeah,
product,
okay.
which is really, really cool, but that'll take time to grow because SEO takes forever. But
But you
it's
can
working.
compound it, and it's growing.
I love compounding systems, yes, and it's doing exactly that. Leads are coming in every day through our platform, patients looking,
Uh-huh.
and then we expose them to our practice's membership plans. They can sign up or call the practice, so
Yeah.
that's a thing that we're building because why not?
Why not?
It makes
Well,
sense.
and if somebody's skeptical, "Why would I do this?" And then you say, "Well, how about if I give you 10 patients a month that are looking for this?" You know,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
it's some math, something like that. Awesome.
Absolutely.
So let's see, you say you started this thing in 2016, and
Yeah.
so I've known you 2, 3 years here, something like that, but
Yep.
how have you grown as a founder, CEO? You're still founder mode. You got founder get it done mode, the
Yeah.
scrappy
I
mode,
am.
and figure it out mode, all this stuff. It's your all this is coming out of Jordan's brain here, but how have you grown as a leader?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, there's been phases of that over the
Yeah.
years, right? I mean, I used to be the worst manager, in the early employee years. I didn't know how to manage people. That was a real challenge for me. I didn't know how to call people out if they're, not doing the right things or coach people. Today, I can coach people and I'm not scared of that like I was when I
Mm,
was early. I would say my old mindset used to be scale it and sell it, right? Now I have
okay.
a commitment mindset. Of course, if the right opportunity comes, I would sell it.
The company, you're talking about scale the company
Yes.
fast up. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
in VC-funded Utah, Utah Valley, Lehigh, right, there's all the buildings, people have their company names on the buildings and on the billboards
Yeah.
and everything like that. This grow fast, grow big, get big fast kind of thing and sell it is the VC game, and you kinda had a version of that, like, "I'll grow this and we'll double, 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 double and sell it for an amount," right?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. And so that was your theory and once you got this thing going, you say that's changed?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm committed. I want to hold this. It's an awesome business, but of course, if obviously the right offer comes, we work with that because we're emerging tech in a very big industry.
It's huge.
It's a
Yeah.
huge industry, so I think eventually half the market will have patient membership programs, and it'll be a foundational piece of the industry, you know? But yeah, I would say today my mindset is this is it's a great business to own, it's a great business to run. I'm not in a rush to sell it, you know? I would say I'm still having fun,
Yes.
that's the crazy thing is of course I've had burnout, moments of time, but ultimately I look at myself every morning, I'm like, "Am I still having fun?" And I'm having fun.
Yeah. And
I
you're a
think that's
fun
what
guy.
matters.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's again fun, and all of the system building inside this dental membership, right? It's really
Yeah.
this is a practical founder thing. It's like the compounding game is the coolest thing, right? And
I
you're
love it.
gonna grow this thing and be profitable and
Yeah.
build new systems that compound, right? I get
Yes.
that kind of thing. So I don't know, where do you see this in a few years? It gets to 5 and 10 million and, teams a little bigger and systems are better and the industry's further along and,
Absolutely, yeah.
it's still profitable and you're making a dent in the dental industry. What
Yeah.
what else do you see a few years from now?
Like within the industry or within my
Yeah, I don't know, whatever, the
company?
company and yourself.
Yeah, I think this will continue to evolve as I've seen our product, but the mindset of the industry will evolve, and we'll go along with it. A lot of people will say, "Aren't you scared that the industry will just change all of a sudden?" And that's just not how the dental
You've
industry
been trying to
works.
make it change, right? It's not
Yeah, I've
working.
been
Yeah,
trying to
right.
make a change. So, no, I think we're gonna continue growing. More and more practice today are coming to us, systematically, right? So it's like, "Oh, man, this is a faucet," right? So we're gonna keep working on it and improving our processes and systems and continue growing, hitting 5 and 10 and beyond.
So
So,
you're a very AI forward founder. You're
yes.
playing with the LLMs, you're playing with prompts, you're playing with agents, you're playing with building apps
Yep.
yourself, right? And all of
Yep.
that. You're playing with AI songwriting on the side. That's
Yeah,
become
I am.
another business for you. It's actually got recurring revenue over there as a
Yep.
musician. Do you have a vision? And I'm not leading you here. Do you have a vision
Yeah.
that we could be twice as big with the same amount of people because of
Uh,
AI?
oh,
Or
I
what do you think?
abso I
Yeah.
absolutely think that could be a reality, right? Where AI helps today is efficiency with,
Systems.
tasks, systems,
Yes.
right? And, like, I'm seeing that with music, I'm seeing that with software development, where, we reduced our software team earlier or last year sometime by, like, 50 something percent, and today we have a smaller team, but the output is like 4 times more than what the last team was,
Okay.
right? Because we've empowered them with AI, right? And even me when I get into AI development with, like, Lovable, for example, I can create a product pretty quickly. We created a prototype in, like, 7 days, and I've got users on it now, and then I'll pass it to the dev team for refinement, right? We do
Yeah.
that for features,
And
and
you're
when
not
it
a developer
I'm
type.
not no,
Okay.
I'm not a
So what an
developer.
amazing thing for non-technical founders to
It
see the
is.
problem, to envision it, to put it in front of customers, to have
Yeah.
a lot of conversation and revise it yourself, and then get it to developers before
Yes.
you have to explain this vague thing at the whiteboard.
Oh,
Oh
it's
my
so
god.
clean, and my devs love it because 'cause they're like, "Oh, it's because they get to really see my vision
Yeah.
within the product,
The actual
like
vision.
one
Yeah.
to one," right? So it's like I can develop, an idea, even if it's just a prototype or a UI, right? And I can pass it to them, and they're like, "Oh, holy smokes, we wouldn't have never thought that that's what you wanted," right?
Right.
So I think that's really powerful for companies, not just
Yeah.
founders.
Yeah.
My brother Justin, he's not a developer, but he gets in it and he'll help build stuff
Oh,
too. It's
fun.
really cool. So, aside from on the marketing side with AI and SEO, AI development I think is really changing the scene here, and it's really empowering the founders and owners of these businesses more than anything. I know it's scary for a lot of them, developers, employees, but it empowers them too. We can
Yeah,
develop
yeah.
more, you know?
Yeah.
So I love it. I wish I had it when I started the company. It would have been a lot faster.
Well, it's very practical. It's all
Yeah.
good, right? So the founders can do amazing marketing and efficiency and agent stuff and build products, and people are still needed. But actually creates a discipline that you have to not just throw a person at it and say, go
Yes.
figure it out. You have to figure it out and create a system and be structured and
Yeah.
disciplined, right? You have to figure this thing out. So it actually creates
It's
a
good practice.
discipline of systematic problem solving, right?
Yeah.
And all of that. So, Jordan, I met you and you were kind of in the scale and sell and how do I get bigger kind of thing. And in Practical Founders, we have folks that have more sustainable, compounding, profitable businesses and others that are investing to grow faster and are less
Yep.
profitable or on the margin. And you get to change your mind.
Yep.
You didn't say, oh, big profits are where it's going. But I guess here, if you're saying this thing was going to grow and it's going to get more efficient and you're going to get better at things and you're going to get towards 5 or 10 million and double your customers without
Yep.
doubling your employees, that means it's more profitable, right?
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
so now you're kind of living in, oh, this could be a more profitable company to pay me. And I don't have to sell it,
Yeah.
and it could pay me a little every year, exit a little every year. Is that the kind of vision that you're thinking about and
Yeah,
living in now?
absolutely. Yeah, that's my current state of mind where I'm like, okay, we're growing and we're profitable. We got a good balance of growth and profit, which
And
I
if
like.
we added them together, just what would you say? Is it a rule of 60, 70?
Yeah, yeah, it's close to rule of 60,
Okay.
is what we're looking at this year, which is great because it's like, "Oh, I grow
Yeah,
and
sure.
I have
Yeah, yeah.
profit." It's a
Yeah.
good balance. And, yeah, my mindset is, I'm not looking to try and sell this fast. I love the compounding machine. I
Yeah.
love things that compound. I'm kinda weird that way. And, yeah, currently, I'm taking profit, reinvesting it back into BoomCloud, but then I'm also taking profit out and reinvesting into other things like real estate and music royalties, as funny as that sounds, because
That's your
that
side gig, right? Is as a
it's my
musician?
side
Yeah,
it's my
right there.
side gig, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's smart to exit without selling is kinda what I'm doing, if you think of it that way.
Right.
I'm holding onto the asset, and continuing to grow it, but then reinvesting into other assets that have different job roles that help me, from a personal finance
So you're
standpoint.
creating your own portfolio, right,
Yeah.
around this.
Yep.
And, you pay more in taxes from distribution distributed profits,
Yep.
than, that eventual sale, but you get to live today a little and, exit a little bit at a time and have a better life and all of that.
Yeah.
But, how do you deal with the tax thing? Utah doesn't have huge taxes. You're not California, but
No,
yeah.
I mean, I have a good accountant that educates me on tax strategy, which is always I think is always a good thing to have
Yeah.
if you're operating a business. But yeah, we use real estate to help offset taxes,
Okay.
and that's been really helpful because, as you can imagine, yeah, if you're taking distributions from a profitable company, the taxes aren't fun.
Okay. And what do you mean by real estate? Do you buy houses in Utah?
No, I buy houses in Hawaii because I love Hawaii.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's something about top of funnel demand, Greg.
Yeah, I
When you
know,
look at
right?
Hawaii, if you're thinking about like a marketer,
Yeah.
Hawaii is a great place to invest. And yeah, I just recently bought a home in Hawaii and we rent it out and it cash flows and then it gives me a tax benefit.
And what
'Cause
exactly is that tax benefit? Is that the mortgage interest as a deduction, like, right, goes against some else?
Well, for long term, but we use cost segregation, is what my accountant has
Yep.
set up, which, if you're familiar with real estate, is a beautiful thing. The tax code is a beautiful thing when you use real estate.
Mhm,
So that's kinda how we do it, and, my accountant's really spent time educating me on how to do that.
mhm.
If we're gonna hold BoomCloud and have profit, then this is a smart way to go about it, reducing profit, but, compounding assets. So
Yeah,
that's kind of my mindset around this. It's almost like I run a mini family office if you think about it that
yeah,
way. It's kinda
yes.
fun.
And congratulations. And, the VC funded game, which I've played, and, I, succeeded. I've won big once and, didn't win it the second time I, went big, 2 companies to 100,000,000. But you could do that 10-year thing where you don't get paid great, but it's all about the equity and
Sure,
may or
yeah.
may not pan out, which, if you've seen in examples in your neighborhood around Lehi, VC funded founders,
A lot of
get
examples.
diluted and then doesn't work out the way they thought. And, they might be looking at what you've created as this compounding profit machine that's happy for customers and employees is pretty interesting.
Two of my favorite things to hear, Greg, here in Utah is one, a VC founder. I was talking to him the other
A
day, and
VC
he's
funded founder?
a
Yeah,
funded founder. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I was talking to him the other day, and he's like, "Man, if I could, I would drop everything and just buy your company, Jordon, because of the pain he's going through. He's just got
Yeah.
diluted."
Yeah.
And then had another.
I mean, what about the clapping of the big funding, right? No,
There's a
he got
lot of clapping. There's a
yeah,
lot of noise, vanity metrics,
yeah,
all that
uh-huh.
stuff, and having a VC funded founder come to me and say, "I would rather buy your business and run it," is a huge compliment.
And why do they say that? I mean, is it about just the lifestyle or is it about
I think ultimately, like, how I think about it is, like, I'm a cash flow first, appreciation second type guy. Meaning I
okay,
want monthly recurring profit and revenue, all that fun stuff. And the appreciation comes over time if I do a good job, right?
yeah,
And it's stable and secure, right? Where most of VC funded founders are appreciation first.
yeah, yeah,
And there's a lot of risk with that in
yeah,
business and in real estate and in really anything you're investing in, and a lot of stress, right? I watch my VC funded founder friends, and it feels like they're eking their way right through
yeah.
everything. They're just like, oh,
Well, you've had some eking there too. Pick your
of
poison.
course, and
Yeah, yeah,
we go through that too. But if we remain profitable, we have that buffer, right? As a
mhm,
practical founder, right? And then yeah, I just think that's my mindset where I like stability and appreciation will come. Appreciation will always come if you build it right.
yes, and the compounding machine works,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So just be
That's great.
patient,
Great. That's a great practical founder story.
right?
And you're in one of my Practical Founders CEO peer groups, the Scale 2 group.
Yeah.
One of the longstanding members here. We've got about 9 members in the group. Just added one this week. When I met you, you know, you had a smile, but you were very stressed. You were
Yeah.
going through a lot, and it wasn't going so well. It was quite painful and so forth. But you were looking for a peer group of
Yes.
this kind of like-minded founders, very diverse group. But why were you looking for a peer group experience as opposed to hire somebody or hire a consultant or read another book or whatever?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So when I met you, I had been looking for a peer group for several years,
Yeah.
actually,
Okay.
because every founder I would go, I love networking
Yes.
and talking
There
to
you go.
other founders. And I would meet the founders here in Utah and we would talk. They were maybe VC backed or private equity. And the advice and the topics weren't quite there for me, right? They
Yeah.
never really lined up. And I soon realized that, okay, how these guys think about their business is not how I think about my
Yes.
business. And I
Right.
couldn't find alignment. And it was really
Yeah.
hard every time I went to lunch with another founder to get the advice I needed. So I actually was recommended to you by one of my friends who's another practical founder. He sent me your podcast. I started listening to
Yeah.
your podcast, and then I think you were in town. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Greg
Yeah.
has
We
a
met.
place in Park City, and I drove up one morning and met with you. But yeah, it's because the feedback and advice I was getting, even from consultants, were all
Yeah.
VC minded
Yes. Just bad
advice.
people.
And it
Just raise
drove
more
me
money.
crazy. Yeah, it drove more people, more money. It drove me
Yeah.
crazy. And I'm like, I didn't start this company with more people and more money. Like, we were really practical and
Yeah.
we built it without investment. Like, we just did it. So that's the type of crowd that I wanted. And like, I followed Jason Fried for
Yeah. Sure.
years,
Uh-huh.
read all of his stuff. I'm like, I like the way he thinks,
Yes.
right? And when I started listening to your podcast, I'm like, okay, this is really interesting. And when I met you and you started talking to me about what you were building with peer groups, I'm like, this is exactly what I've been wanting for a long time, is the ability to reach out to a group of bootstrap focused founders that thought very similar as me and were running their companies and trying to figure things out like in the thick of it, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, when we the joining the group, I think for me has helped me transform the most out of everything I've tried, including consultants. And I mean, me and Justin read a ton of books.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't stop reading, but being able to talk and get in the trenches with other founders, that to me has shaped my thinking and helped me mature as a leader more than anything, because like I said, before I met you, we weren't even talking ICP type
Yeah.
stuff. It was
Yeah, I
just
get it.
Wild West.
Yeah, very common. Yeah.
But no, I think when I met you and joined it, like I was in a lot of pain because we hired people. We were trying to scale with headcount only. And I'm like, man, this is not working. It's just making me
Yeah.
not sleep well at night. And I think you made a comment like maybe last year sometime, I can't remember when. You're like, "Your executive team is not helping you sleep better at night. That's a problem, Jordan." And it
Yeah.
woke me up, like, that phrase I don't know if you even remember telling me it,
No, I don't,
but
but
that phrase from you woke me up. Like, I'm like, "You're right.
yeah.
People I should bring to my company should help me sleep better at night, not make me have nightmares."
Yeah.
Right? And that
Mhm.
that advice just being part of the peer group and hearing, what other founders, would help me, think differently, that that was been a game changer. Me and Justin, talk
Yeah.
about this all the time. So,
Right.
yeah, I
And
love peer groups.
I've had a lot of, let's say, deep SaaS therapy sessions about,
There's that too,
maybe
that you
just with
need it.
you and with Justin too as well. It's part of what I do is work one-on-one with founders to go deeper on things and dig around. And when it's hard to have a deep ICP question with a group in a group meeting where you
Sure.
need to go deeper and, do it over months, that kind of thing. But I'm talking to you every month about specific things in your business, and you send me texts about, hey, can you jump on a call because I'm running into a meeting and I need to know this or something like that. So
Yep.
I'm happy to help there. And you also help other founders. Hey,
I
I
love it.
tried
Yeah.
this and this works, and you want to try that, and now one of the reasons founders come is they have challenges. They want to get better feedback on their challenges, but they also want to see what else is going to happen to them that they don't know about yet, to know what they
Yeah.
don't know. And you've been through this journey and kind of got to the other side. So you're helping other founders in the group saying, I tried that. This is what happened. It's an
I
experience share. It's not a recommendation kind of thing. So
yeah.
you've been very helpful to practical founders in the group.
I think that gives me energy too. And I think that's the entrepreneurial spirit, right?
Yeah.
Where we want to help each other
Yes.
and help the next founder going through it. It's like, hey, this is what I did, and maybe try it.
Yeah.
But I think that brings me a lot of energy too, is being able to help other I love being around founders. I love problem solving. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's really cool.
Yeah. Well, I love what you said about, I could share my secrets because almost nobody's gonna do it.
Yeah, most of the
And
time that's the
and this
case. Yeah,
whether it's AI tools or marketing tools or whatever, and this is the compounding game, right? If
yeah,
you're surviving and you're improving and you're doing the hard things and you're following customers and giving them more value and improving your business and all that kind of thing, it's gonna get better, and pretty soon, most other VC-funded founder competitors and others that do all that really, really hard work, right,
yeah.
and get through all the hard stuff, they kind of fade.
They do.
So it's a smaller group of ones that have done all this work, that have done the mountain of work to get up the mountain.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So, is that how you see things? Like, if there's this is a moat, all this sophisticated energy and work and learning is a moat that
I,
others won't be able to follow?
I
Hmm.
absolutely believe that especially like the input we put in for like SEO, for example, is a mode, right? Because we're able to just be everywhere.
Ah.
And that's really hard to replicate fast, especially
Yeah, you can't
even
raise
if
funding and do it fast. You have to
even
do it the hard way.
VCs,
Yeah,
yeah,
right, yeah,
even VCs have to build that foundation. So it's like, oh,
yeah,
cool. I'm attracted to those things because it's like it's hard work. It's a lot of work. It's consistency, but even the most funded company has to do it, and it takes a ton of time, right?
that's awesome.
So
Well, I'm really, happy for you. You've been through a couple of years, plus of really hard times,
yeah,
and you have done the work to get through all of these things. You're still learning. There's still new things. It's not
absolutely.
perfect, but you have a zone where this is healthy and improving, and you got a bigger smile on your face, and
Yeah.
your health is improving, and all the rest of that stuff. The practical founder epiphany along the way. So, Jordan, I asked this question: what advice do you have for founders that you meet, maybe that see you and say, "Gosh, what are you doing, and what's going on?" What's the most typical advice you have for a practical founder getting on the field or somebody considering VC funding in Utah, what is the most common advice you share with founders that you meet?
Like, in terms of, like, VC funding, like, I
No,
met with
for terms of anything. Like,
anything? Okay,
yeah.
I would say the biggest thing I'm always talking about is the system scale. People don't build the system first, put the people in later. That's really
Wow.
one of the biggest things that I talk about a lot. And then your go-to-market too, especially today, is your moat. It's what should be focusing on, especially with how easy it is to develop a new product today. That's your true secret sauce, I think, is building a great GTM system, distribution model that works. So I talk a lot with founders about,
We're back to
just
it's all about
GTM.
distribution that people used to say 30 years ago. Yes, right.
Yeah, it really is, and that really hasn't changed. The good news is, product's easier to develop, but you still need to find people and get them to adopt, right? And that's
Yeah.
really what GTM is all about. So most of my conversations are around GTM. So if you can learn how to, market your product, or partner with people that know how to do it, that's most of my conversations, with founders.
Awesome. Really appreciate that. Well, Jordan, thanks for sharing your success story. This phase of the journey here got to a new place on the mountain side. You climbed a mountain to get there. And
Yeah.
congratulations to you. Thanks for being on the Practical Founders podcast this week.
Well, thanks for having me on, Greg.
Thanks for watching this week's interview on the Practical Founders podcast. Be sure to like this episode and subscribe to the Practical Founders YouTube channel to keep up with my weekly in-depth interviews with serious software founders who are building valuable software companies without big funding. You can check out my blog, all the podcast episodes, and information about my Practical Founders CEO peer groups at practicalfounders.com, or message me on LinkedIn if you'd like to connect. See you next week.